Hi everyone, Amri here. I hope you're well. I had a great question come in. Our company is already diverse and international. Why should we be interested in getting help or advice from a DEI practitioner or consultant? The first answer is you don't need to. If you already have the capabilities to manage the complexity that comes with greater diversity, both inherent, that which you're born with or that which we're born with, and acquired those capabilities and things that you've learned through experience, that's fantastic. You don't need anybody like me or any of my colleagues that are out here doing this work. On the other hand, if you want to build systemic diversity and inclusion, if you want to build what we call an inclusion system, then this is something you might need some help with if you don't have that capability in-house. But there are ways that you can think about it, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But before I do that, there was an article that recently came out from Randall Peterson from the London Business School and Heidi Gardner from Harvard Law School. They wrote this brilliant HBR piece, and they basically said that, when you have more women on boards and amongst these UK companies, you have some really great outcomes. And the other flip side was the majority of those who were having great outcomes were companies that hired women that were white women as their non-executive directors that had characteristics very similar to the white male non-executive directors. So they matched them on schools, they matched them on experiences, interests, etc., class. And when they had women that were not necessarily matched in those same characteristics, it was much harder for them to embed themselves and to feel like they can make their optimal contribution. Thus, we need to pivot to creating the capabilities that allow everyone to thrive. And that's what building an inclusion system is all about. Now, so if you have this enviable mix in your organization, that's fantastic. But do you have the capabilities to, one, and ask yourself, manage the complexity and be attuned to what people need to thrive? Do you have those capabilities? Two, looking at systems over symptoms. I say this a lot, and you'll probably hear me say it again. Have you looked at your organizational design, from your strategy to your org structures, to the way teams and processes work, how people share information, and what you reward? To make sure that you have clear expectations about what's expected, where inclusion, equity, and belonging look like, and what they look like in action, and what gets rewarded, and what gets talked about, and what stories are told. Lastly, the question that I would say we need to ask is, how much time have you spent looking upstream? Inequity starts upstream, and creating equity starts upstream, meaning, are you creating and helping people that might not have as much exposure or opportunity to get that exposure or opportunity to be a part of your organization or an organization, even your competition in the future? So are you making that contribution in a meaningful way to create what we call generative value, that which is beyond just your own self-interest as an organization? So I hope that was helpful. And a reminder, buy my book, Reconstructing Inclusion, Making Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion accessible, actionable, sustainable. You can find it on our website at inclusionwins.com or on my LinkedIn profile. Make it a great day. Peace.